I'll see the two bridges soon. I'll take my hoodie off now because I'm a bit warm. So if you look up the hill there, you can see bits of trees that's been felled and a lot of them are falling over. I was going to bring my camera out around my neck so I could take some photographs, because of late when I've had the dog out with us, he's on the leader and he's dragging, so when I go to take a photograph I'm getting pulled and jerked in different directions, so I can't really take a good photo, so I haven't bothered. Now I'm here, I haven't got the dog but I've got rain so I can't win. I'm not meant to be taking photographs by the looks of things. I just run this left hand bend, you see the bridges when you're going downhill towards them. Obviously all the mountain bikers come along here and dog walkers from the cottages and that up here. Right, is this way come up? No, not yet. I'm just looking for where the track comes up to meet this one. Must be further on. You can see it, like, because it's well defined, well cut in. Cannot miss it. But it's been a while since I've been up here, so just double checking it's still there. So if you look over there to the right, you can see where you used to come up the trees and then it would come up here and bring it up here on an angle to meet the bridge here. Like I say, so far up, when you come away from the waterfall on the grass track, there's an old ruin of a building just on the left hand side. You walk past that, then you come up here, then you walk past like a big massive pond that's full of obviously frog spawn and frogs. It's like a swamp, so you avoid that like the plague. But there's the bridges, I can see them now. So as you can see, you don't walk far to get from the car park. We have parked the car to get here to the bridges. Now the red trail brings you up when you cross that road, and it brings you back here, and it drops down this side of these trees here up ahead, and it brings us to the corner of the steel bridge. I'll show you when I walk past it, because that's what me and Jimmy did the first time we came up here. Right, so I can see the grass track there now, down to the right. Down there, look. And that pond, the swampy area, is just over there to the right of the track, down below. So this is where it comes up to meet this main track, look. And if you look down to the right, you can see some wooden fencing. That's on the edge of the burn. Feels funny where I'm so used to having the dog now, after I've had him for 16 days before Natalie came back from holiday. It just feels weird, but I haven't got him on the leader. Or like when I get the likes of this, I'll just take him off and say, right, go on, and then run. Right, so this is where the two bridges are. The new one is the steel bridge on the left, and the old concrete bridge is down to the right, which is taped off because it's not rated for heavy trucks to drive over. It could collapse, so that's why they built this heavy duty steel one, to help the big trucks get over with it fully laden with trees. Right, so there's the grass track that I was on now, past those wooden railings, brings it up here, look. And just before you get to the bridge, look, it brings it up here. And if you look on the left, there's a a marker post pointing off to the right with a red arrow on it. So this is the red circular route. You come up from the main car park after parking up, it brings you up, you cross that road back down there, and it brings you up to here where you drop down this line of trees coming up on your left, and then the path brings you along here to get up onto the bridge. Right, so they put those boulders either side of the concrete bridge now to make sure nobody tries to drive over them, because obviously they'll be crumbling and cracking over the years, so any heavy truck hands out there will just boof, collapse straight into the right. So there's the arrow pointing with a red arrow, and there's a marker post wooden with a red painted groove around it. So that's the way I should have been coming up to meet the road here at the bridges. So the track where you come up from the main car park brings you up here, and there's a path coming down the side of these trees somewhere, because you walk along this, you can see with a bit of path going along there. We're saying there, sorry, this trail is closed due to whatever. Be fallen trees obviously. So the very first time I came over here, when we came up here with Jim, we came down the trail here onto that bit path, and you've got to walk along to the end of the bridge and clamber up, because it's obviously a bit of an embankment here to climb over these stones. Right, so this is obviously a purposely built steel bridge for to take away to the big trucks. Right. I'll have a look to the left and see if I can see the path where it used to come down through the trees. It looks like you could still get through, but why put yourself through all the hardship? Right, so you just go up here another mile or so, and then there's like a passing place on your left. That's where you drop down to the burn, and then turn right and follow the burn along. Right, so obviously vehicles coming here used to have the choice, you go over the concrete bridge. That's for like just light vehicles for quad bikes, farmers, or horses and carts. But obviously the steel bridge is for the heavier 18-inch wheels, 18-wheelers, full of tree trunks on the back. And so you can see the burn coming down. So basically I'm following this all the way up for about another mile. The red trail used to take you along there at the edge of the burn, but as you can see there's just fallen trees across, so the pathway will be blocked off. So me and Jim tried it the very first time we came here. I can see the wooden handrails through the trees there now, so that's where you used to come down holding on the handrail and come down onto this red trail. Right, so but obviously there'll be loads of trees across where you go up there to stop you getting up there. So it's all coming backwards now. So just before those two trees that's fallen over there, you can see the wooden banisters going up there. So it was steep coming down, that's why the banister was there to help you keep a hold of it and come down. Oh, I'm getting quite warm now because I've put my coat on for to try and protect it from the rain. My cap's soaking. Right, so you come up these next gate posts, as the road goes off up to the right, you ignore that, you just go straight up again. Right, so this is where I'd be able to let Bear off if I brought him here, because we're well away from the sheep back there in that field, and there's no sheep in here in the forest. Not that I've seen anyway. But yeah, you used to skirt around the burn on the opposite side of it over there and just keep going along and head towards where the waterfall is, but you can't get to it that way. I've tried. Well, you can if you want to wade through rivers and streams 3 or 4 times, keep crossing over. But where I'll be going down the embankment to go to the edge of the burn, there used to be a wooden bridge to help you get across that bit as well, onto the other side where that red trail goes along, but it's you can't do it now. Everything's changed. Right, so if you keep looking down, you see where the burn is snaking round and round and round through the tree line. And there's a part there where you can see the burns going around at an S-bend. That would be one of the first places you'd have to step across. And you've got to keep doing it as you go higher and higher up into the forest. So that's why I avoid that bit of track like the plague. Right, so you can see the burn through the trees there now. You see just down here as well. Right, so like I say, you pass this road track going off up to the right, just keep on going. And what you're looking for is a passing place like this, but it's a little bit further back, and that's where you drop down the embankment. Right, what's this thing? Roman and reverse diversion. Right, start raining again now, put my cap back on. I mean, even if I don't get to see the waterfall, but you can see the burn down there now, look. It's still worth coming out, because obviously all this information that I'm learning now about the trees being chopped down. Right, so there's bits of wooden railing, which used to be a bridge across, just down there, look. As you're coming up the red trail from the bridge. Right, so that gate's locked, going up there. But I told you, you just keep going straight up, all the way. Now you can see some wooden banisters on the other side, and you can see where the pathway has been coming through the trees just down there. And that's obviously on the opposite side of the burn. That's a pretty big hole. That's the road's giving way and dropping down there. So you can see the pathway just coming away from those wooden railings. It's well cut in, well defined. If you'll just look on the other side of the the burn, you can see it cut in between the trees, what they used to use. So if it was downpour heavy, I would just go down there and get under these trees here for a bit of shelter. But I'll be going down into the tree line soon anyway and following this burn higher up. Right, once again, if you look through the trees there now, you can see the burn coming around in a nest bend. So like I say, if you were going up the red trail on that side, you'd have to keep stepping over these burns to keep going up the trail. But this is like the passing place that you look for, where you can see the pathway is well cut in and well defined, going down a bit of an embankment. I don't know if it's this one or the next one, but you can soon tell when you go to the edge. You can see where people have been running down it or walking down. It's well cut in the path. So I think it's the next one round the city bend.